I'm Joel Tyner, County Legislator for Rhinebeck and Clinton. I just want to say thank you to everybody for being here. Thank you for letting me serve you for quite a while now. I'm almost afraid to say for how long. That's a confession. Yes, since January 2004. After running and losing 5 times, if anybody had said back in June 2003 that I would win 7 times in a row, they would have been told to eat their hat. So it's because of you folks that I've been in for so long. And so just thank you, number one. On that note, the whole career politician thing, I don't like to think of myself as a politician or a career politician at that, but I can understand to a certain extent how somebody would say, stick a fork in Tyner, he's done, give somebody else a chance. The only problem is the county legislature right now in Dutchess County has 25 seats, and 18 of those seats are controlled by Republicans. And so 18 out of 25. And those 18 people right now who are the Republicans in the county legislature, they're not bad people, they're not evil people, but they've proven themselves for decades to be basically rubber stamps. And my opponent is not evil. She's not a bad person, but she's kind of more than proven as well that she would be a rubber stamp as well. So if you believe in democracy, and Dave Heller's in the house, he might know how to work that camera thing. If you believe in democracy or the balance of power, remember that movie from the 80s, Koyaanisqatsi, Life Out of Balance? I'm asking help to be reelected. And 2 years ago, Tom Trout was nice enough to come and debate me here. We didn't need a moderator. He debated me in Rhinebeck in front of 70 people. We didn't need a moderator. I'm not a monster. I don't bite usually. And it worked out fine. 2 years ago, I had sent Tom a whole bunch of emails detailing chapter and verse, all the different dates available at Rhinebeck Town Hall and Clinton Town Hall, and he ignored them for 4 months, but then he showed up, to his credit. I was hoping that maybe Joan Carbonero would show up tonight, because since July 21st, you can see my handy-dandy little happy fun info packet. On October 1st, I sent her an email. On September 18th, I sent her an email. On August 21st, on July 21st. And literally, there's about 30 or 40 dates that I had given her in July, and she just kept on ignoring me. So that's when, a few weeks ago, I said, listen, it really would behoove you just to show up tonight, which is October 24th. We're at 6 p.m. at Clinton Town Hall. And of course, this Thursday at 6 o'clock at Rhinebeck Town Hall. Ed Haas was a nasty letter to the editor in the Northern Dutchess News, trying to rip apart my mom. Naughty, naughty Ed. Ed Haas did not show up to debate me in this room back in 2003. In the halcyon days of yore, when we had the Gazette Advertiser, the local paper, which wasn't perfect, it was the top of the front page of the Thursday before Election Day. Haas no show in Clinton. So I think debates are important. In order for democracy to exist, we need debates. Before I go any further, they didn't have to be here tonight because I'm a little bit of a controversial lightning rod. They didn't have to support me so strongly, but they're here. I'm not just talking about my lovely wife, Layla, thank you, and my lovely mother, Judy, but Mike Whitten and Marion Thompson are here, so if we could have a little round of applause for them. Mike Whitten and Marion Thompson have a good bet, actually. They're part of a resurgence here in the town of Clinton to be Democrats on the town board. And I ask you to support them. And Sam Moyer on the right-in line for town supervisor, and Ian Schrank for town justice. So thanks. Thanks to Layla, Art Weiland, Stephanie Bonk, Larry Friedman, Dorothy Distel, Meg Hesher, Mike Duquette, Bernadette Duquette, Mike Whitten, Scott Duquette behind there, Jane Andromachy Bryan, my mom Judy Malmstrom, David John Heller, Marion J. Thompson, and Bill J. Seppi. And again, I'm Joel Tyner, so thanks to you all for being here. I think, I could talk a lot about things that I've accomplished and results and everything, but we can go to the websites for that. What I'd like to do, if you don't mind, is if we could go around the room, and I'm not asking for you to say, oh, I like Joel because he has a big heart or whatever. Just if you could talk about a policy issue, because I've already been talking too much. And anybody who's watching this on Facebook is already sick and tired of watching videos of me. So if anybody wanted to chime in, actually, if I could ask Mike and Marion, if you want to talk about your own campaigns or something about the county legislature, or ask a question, make a point, whatever. Either one of you, Marion, Mike, Marion.
Well, in terms of the county, I was happy to spend some time with you in front of Sue Serino's office last week for New Yorkers Against Gun Violence. And I was wondering what actions can the county take to help enact sensible gun legislation, because I don't think people realize that the county can take some actions, and they usually think of this as a state issue. And I'm wondering if there's anything that you'd want to do on the county level.
I have proposed a safe storage law for Dutchess County. And, there have been doors I've knocked on over the last couple decades where I knock on somebody's door and they're like, well, how do you feel about guns? And I'm like, well, I don't care about any other issues. How do you feel about guns? So I just want to make clear, I believe in the Second Amendment. I'm not out to take anybody's guns away. There's no way I would have been elected 7 times in a row in Clinton and Rhinebeck if I was out to take people's guns away. I do believe in safe storage. I work with MomsDemandAction.org and New Yorkers Against Gun Violence. They have proposed a safe storage law for Dutchess County so that firearms are safely locked up. Westchester County's passed that. I think Albany, Rochester, Syracuse, maybe New York City, Troy. There's a bunch of municipalities. And there are a lot of people who are afraid to take on the NRA. My father, killed himself with a rifle in 1983 when my brother and I were visiting him. And there's just a lot of gun violence there. So I'm not out to take anybody's guns away, but I don't think it's too crazy to ask for some common sense gun control. To what do you call it, the bump stocks, to have those be banned, the universal background checks. Even the Daily Freeman did an editorial a few years ago about why is it that even though 90% of us are for universal background checks, that the people who are showing up at the county legislature meetings by the dozens and the hundreds against the SAFE Act, and the SAFE Act is and was not perfect. But the common sense gun control people just not showing up. So you didn't have to ask that question, and you're running for office. Could we just have a little round of applause? Even though you sort of put me on the spot, that was a gutsy statement. So thank you for having the guts. We'll lose together. Just kidding. Just kidding.